Hey, Thorns fans! Great to have you on board for another check-in with your favorite club. We've got a very special guest on hand, the legend, the icon, the face, the pulse of the Thorns, Christine Sinclair. Captain, thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
That's right. Okay, let's get after it. Talk about the continuing NWSL Fall Series. Let's get an idea of where you think the club is with one remaining game left on this truncated schedule. Coming off that dominant win against the Reign at home to end September, the quick turnaround with the equalizer, thanks to you, and the draw against the Royals. Finger on the pulse, where are we right now with the club?
I think we're probably exactly where we wanted to be and where we expected to be at this point in the fall series. I mean, we headed into this wanting to win it, and fate's in our own hands. We get a result in Tacoma, and we reach our goal. But the team's doing extremely well. I mean, we've faced a lot of adversity, even just within the fall series with the fires and games being postponed and things like that, and then having to play Tacoma on a Wednesday, fly to Utah, play Utah on a Saturday. But we're doing pretty well.
And when you look at your club, it's an interesting mix. Whether it was getting to know each other in Salt Lake at the bubble tournament, or as you mentioned, with the craziness that ensued once you got back to Portland, but it's an interesting blend of rookies, new faces, established veterans, players getting the first chance for extended minutes on the pitch. It's really an interesting team to watch. Your thoughts on that?
No, it's an exciting team to be a part of, that's for sure. Going to work every day, it's an exciting group. It's a great group. I think we're starting to see what this team is capable of with some of the results we've had. Obviously in the fall series, I think we were very unfortunate with some of the injuries we suffered through, and it definitely hurt us. But obviously at the same time allowed some other players to get some crucial minutes, and you're seeing that like the benefit of that now. But everything we're doing right now, obviously wanting to win the fall series, but it's in prep for hopefully what will be a more normal season next year.
You mentioned the fall series and being atop the table and a chance to take care of business with a win at the Reign this weekend to bring this fall series to a close. I know this isn't a proper Shield winning moment. I get that. In the same breath, though, is this something the club would like to attain, this fall series top of the table scenario?
Yeah, why not? I mean, we head into every competition we head into, you want to win, whether that was the Challenge Cup or the fall series. We're competitors. We're the Thorns. We're all about winning trophies, and who knows if we'll get a trophy at the end of this? I'm not sure, but we want to put our stamp on the fall series, and so teams know what they're up against next year.
You've been on this crazy, ridiculous goal-scoring binge in the fall series. We're going to make a big deal about that hat trick. Everybody's talking about the Hattie. Got to love that. Equalizer on the road against Utah. Critical. I got to imagine that finding the back of the net just does not get old, huh?
Not really. No, I mean, it's obviously with the Thorns, I play a different position.
Yep.
Whereas with the national team, like I'm out and out 9. So sometimes with the Thorns, it's a little difficult for me because I'm used to like being in the box all the time, putting the ball in the back of the net. And here I have a different role at times. But I never lose that like instinct for goal and the excitement for putting the ball in the back of the net. It's been nice the past couple games.
Any chance that you went back and looked at that third goal against the Reign? Because that was a thing of beauty. Any chance that you just at least said, I'm going to take a peek at that one?
Yeah, I watched it. And then like it doesn't have, Mark had it on the video. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I saw it. Rocky and I's goals.
I mean, that wasn't half bad, Sinky. That was a thing of beauty.
Oh, thanks. That was
Mhm.
like getting the ball and just,
Yeah, sure. It's interesting though. Okay, so you lead the club in the fall series with the four goals. You lead the club in minutes. You're just on the pitch all the flipping time. Um, what keeps you going? What keeps you fresh? Have you had to kind of? We're going to talk about you reinventing yourself in terms of different positions with the club in a minute. But in terms of reinventing yourself as an athlete, have you had to do that over the years?
No, I wouldn't say I've had to reinvent myself. I've just think I've had to learn how to take care of myself.
What does that
Um,
look like now compared to maybe when you were a young pup?
no, just doing the prehab, rolling out like at night before going to bed, like roll out and stretch a bit. Becky and I were always doing our prehab.
That's
um,
funny.
Trying to convince Lindsay to do hers because at some point she will be in her 30s as well.
Yes, yes,
Um,
yes.
yeah, no, just yeah, I've learned how to take care of myself. I probably more of my downtime. I definitely spend down and just relaxing. Try not to do so much. I mean, it helps being from Portland. Like I've spent so much time here that I don't need to go see things. I've done it all.
I got you.
Yeah, just taking care of myself better.
I hear you. And you just moments ago mentioned the fact that you've been asked to play different roles with this club. You do so as always with professionalism and class. And as the captain, you say, okay, we'll do. Has that been difficult sometimes as a goal scorer at heart? Or are you thinking,
Yeah.
why not? This will work.
No, I mean, I enjoy it. As an out and out striker, at times you rely on your teammates to get you the ball. You're kind of waiting on the game.
Hmm.
Whereas more midfield, you can have more of an impact and go find the game um, more often than not. But yeah, there's definitely sometimes where I haven't scored in a few games or whatever. I'm like, oh come on, Mark, just put me up top for one time. But he doesn't do that.
You're a striker at heart, and I get that. Have you found some interesting nuances about that midfield role where you thought, I kind of like it. This works.
Yeah, I mean, I like how much you're involved. I like how much
Hmm.
you're able to get on the ball and impact the game. And I also like still being able to make those breaking runs because midfielders tend to not want to track you. Um, so you can kind of like sneak in there a little bit more than
Hmm.
yeah, being up top.
You guys have been through the spin cycle. We all have with COVID, and clearly it's turned the 2020 season upside down. Whether it's the NWSL, your hopes to achieve podium status at the Olympics, that kind of thing for Canada. When you think of 2021, if you ever allow yourself to kind of take a peek down the road with fingers crossed and knocking on wood, um, do you once in a while allow yourself to think, surely we'll get this under control or have better, we'll be in a better place and think about next season at all?
Yeah, I think it's hard not to because,
Hmm.
like you said, this year's been such a roller coaster. I remember January 1st, uh, prepping for like Olympic qualifiers, wanting to podium for the Olympics, wanting to win the championship with the Thorns, and it's just all gone out the window.
Yeah.
And then now I see, like for instance, the MLS, um, they're doing it. They're holding what resembles a regular season
Hmm.
after their tournament. So it makes me believe that whether the virus is under control or not, there will be more of a regular season flow. Um, and then with the Olympics, yeah, it's just fingers crossed that
Mm.
they'll happen in some way.
Do you allow yourself, this may be a little bit too out there of a word, but was there ever any grief that you went through or had to acknowledge with the loss of the Olympics and the loss of this season per se in terms of a normal regular season?
Uh, I wouldn't say grief.
Okay.
I think I'm myself and the Thorns and my national team teammates for the most part were very fortunate for the situations we are in. We're all healthy. Um,
Yeah.
we got to keep our jobs, things like that.
Hmm.
but I remember a couple days after, so like Canada pulled out of the Olympics before the Olympics even were postponed.
I remember
I
that.
remember those days. Those couple days were rough, thinking that, most likely it'll be my last Olympics. If they go on, we're not participating. That was rough. And then I'd say now, just we finally feel like we're in a groove, and like we're sharp, we're playing well, we're all fit and ready to go, and then season ends in 4 days. So I think we're all a little disappointed with that. We're all ready for a break because we feel we've been in preseason since February. But we're just kind of getting on a roll right now.
I like this club. How about you?
Yeah, it's all right.
Seriously, I like this club.
No, I love.
How about you?
I love it. I love this club. I mean, it's the best. Yeah, I think it's the best in the world. It's been an honor to be a part of it for this long.
Yeah.
I just can't wait to see what the future holds.
All right, so Sinky, you're legendary in not blowing your own horn. But I wonder if some of the Thorns fans know that you're a member of the Canadian Walk of Fame. I had no idea that you were appointed an officer of the Order of Canada. And then your honorary doctorate from Simon Fraser, pretty impressive too. The greatest player to ever represent your country. And yet here you are, a Portlander. I mean, you're a Portlander. Even when Vancouver was making some noise about being interested in the NWSL a few years ago, you were quoted as saying, you're never going to leave Portland. What is it about this town and this pull, Sinky?
I mean, for me, it started in college, obviously. And
okay,
it was the perfect fit back then. And it still is. I truly believe in this club and this organization and where it's heading. And then to be a part of a club where you truly represent your city, and we have the best fans in the world, hands down. It's an honor to play in front of them, besides COVID years, in front of them. And just to be a part of setting the standards. Yeah, it's been pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie.
Pretty flippin' cool. I don't know if you remember this quote because it was a while ago. NWSL is starting to knock around the idea of becoming this league and being one that works. And obviously it's going to be crucial what cities they pick. And at some point they must have reached out to you as one of the greats playing on the planet and said, if you were going to give us 4 cities that you would recommend that could work in the NWSL. Do you remember what you said?
Well, this was us being allocated. So the teams had been set, the cities had been set, and as a Canadian allocated player, we got to list. They asked for our teams that we would be willing to play for because
that's what it was. Okay. Do you remember what we said?
And yeah, well, they asked for 3 cities, and I just wrote down Portland 3 times.
Yeah, you put Portland every single city that you wanted to play. I thought it was around what cities would work. This was for whom you would want to play for.
Okay. And they're like, I remember at the time, John Herdman was our head coach, and he wrote back. He's like, no, you have to pick 3 different cities. And I'm like, no, it's the only one I'll play in. So there you go.
That's hilarious. So that's
go anywhere else. I mean, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
This, and I also got to ask you about this very unique and genuine way you poke fun at yourself. Okay. When you posted, I think it was you who posted the video of you at practice from that real high up angle. Yeah, I know, but I think you were the one that posted that real high up angle, and it was it was you. You were going to receive that pass.
Why not?
And why don't you walk us through what happened? And you posted it.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't laugh at yourself, I mean, what's the point? Yeah, so we were like doing some sort of scrimmage, and Lindsay passed me an awful pass. It was bouncing.
Oh, it was Lindsay's fault. Okay.
Yeah. If you notice, I think Emily Sonnet commented that the pass was awful. So she passed me a bouncing ball, and I had visions of it going in the top corner. And I swung and missed the ball completely, and then did a somersault because I didn't know what to do, and then just carried on like nothing happened.
So you're the greatest international goal scorer of all time. And instead of you putting all these hoop-de-doo goals, tweeting them and video and TikTok and this, that's what we see from you.
Yeah, those
Hilarious.
are the highlights you'll get from me. Yeah.
Well, we all enjoyed it, Sinky, at your expense.
Oh, thanks. Glad.
You're welcome.
Glad I can make some people laugh.
You did. Keep it coming. You're freshly minted 37 years old. Is that correct? Yeah, I got you. Come on now.
But Kaylin Kyle says I'm aging like fine wine. So
I heard that. Whatever.
I like
Answer the question. 37?
Something like that.
Okay,
yeah.
Something like that. You and Father Time are going to have a really nice chat about when you both agree it's time to hang up the boots, and not a second sooner. With that in mind, do you like where our game is heading, Christine Sinclair, in terms of opportunity, exposure, resources? Do you like where our game is heading?
I like where it's heading.
Okay.
I mean, compared to when I started with the national team, when I started with the Thorns, like we're light years ahead. I'd still like it to move a lot faster. Yeah, but it's definitely 100% moving in the right direction. More exposure, more opportunities professionally. I'm not getting into pay because that's not there yet. And then the other thing is just the same opportunities for the youngsters. I don't think that's there yet.
Okay.
We're moving in the right direction slowly.
As you head into the Fall Series finale, I am going to say with a straight face and with an open heart, I can't wait to see you back with us again next year. I won't allow anything else.
Oh, don't worry about that. Okay. Yeah.
You heard it here. All right. Sinky, that's going to do it.
All right.
Thank you so much for being with us. Always a treat to catch up with you. Good luck this weekend and stay safe, my friend.
All right. Thanks for having me.
Cheers.
Bye.